Okay, new project. I'm going to sand this baby that I got on Facebook Marketplace for a great price. It's going to look amazing in my entryway once it's nice and I don't know yet if painted or stained, we'll see. But for now I have to sand it down first. So I finished sanding, came in right away because I'm freezing my tushy off. It's 5 degrees Celsius outside. In Fahrenheit, that's 40. I looked it up. So it's pretty cold and it's not like super hardcore work outside, so it didn't get really warm. Anyways, so I did a 40 grit sand, 80 grit sand, 120 grit sand, and 240 grit sand. So now it's nice and smooth. But the wood is in pretty bad condition, so I'm not sure I can stain it. By the way, I should probably mention, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm not an expert. I don't know anything about wood. And maybe this is even plywood, like, I don't know. Let me show you. Okay, so here is the sanded piece of furniture. I didn't sand the feet because it's gonna get different feet. I bought different feet. But now let me show you. Look at this. So it has lots and lots of cracks. And I don't know how that's gonna look. I don't know if I have to paint it. But anyway, I'm gonna remove one of these, what is it called? Doors. And then I'm going to take them with me to the hardware store and I'm going to ask for advice. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the hardware store because these are the feet that I'm planning on putting on the piece of furniture, and I want the whole piece to look this color. Clearly, this is not really dark wood. This is also like some sort of cheap wood. And then I don't know if it's painted or if there is like a thin layer of something on it. I don't know. I'm gonna remove a door, take this with me, and then I'm gonna ask them, how do I make the door look like this? And then we'll see. I went to the hardwood store with the door and the legs, and they recommended a stain, even though the wood doesn't look too good. They say that with the finish, it'll be just fine. I do have some finish left from the floors, but it's matte. And for furniture, they say like a little bit of a satin finish is better for wiping down, cleaning, so it doesn't get as dusty. So I might have to get another finish. But for now, I'm just gonna add the stain and we'll see how it looks. Okay, it does look kind of patchy and weird. And this is the leg, so I don't know, but maybe with the finish it looks like that. Okay, not my favorite, but I'm gonna try put on like a satin finish. Maybe I'm gonna research, maybe there are like tinted ones, I don't know. And worst case scenario, if it looks terrible, I'll just have to sand it again and then I'll just paint it some color. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna try do another coat of stain. And I watched a couple videos. Turns out you have to really like stir, shake the stain before you put it on. I'm an idiot. Like, why don't I research just a little bit? Anyway, so it's much darker now that I shook it. Let me show you. I'm an idiot for not shaking it or stirring it, but in my defense, I did read the instructions on the can because I was wondering if I had to shake it, and it didn't say. It just said, sand your wood and then put the stain on and use a rack and yada yada yada, but there was nothing about shaking it. I guess one always has to shake a can, like regardless. So don't make my mistake. If you ever have to stain anything, stir your can of stain. And now let me show you. Look how beautiful. This is the color that I wanted. And now look, this is the leg. So it looks pretty good. Obviously this still needs a finish, like a glossy finish like this one, and I hope it's gonna look a lot more like it, well, depending on how the light hits, but you know, close enough. Okay, it's the next day and I love how it looks. It dried all night long, and now I went to a little store and got this polyurethane, which is clear semi-gloss finish. It says water-based but oil modified, which apparently gives like a little bit of a warmer tone. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna put that on and hope for the best. Okay, so I didn't like the semi-gloss varnish or polyurethane or whatever that's called. So I went and got some satin and I kept thinking there's not enough color on the piece. So I added a little bit of stain into the satin finish, and it looks really great. It looks awesome actually. But now it's a totally different tone than the rest of the furniture in my house, and that's what I wanted to match it to. But it is what it is, and I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna live with it, at least for now. So let me show you. Here it is. Here are the doors. Let me show you like a close-up. It's pretty. It's really pretty. I'm waiting for it to like dry completely overnight so I can put the doors back on and then push it against the wall. But just as a reference, this is our dining table and this is what I wanted it to look like, and it clearly looks very different. Obviously this is going to be pushed back further to the wall so it won't be as noticeable, but I don't know. Okay, so it's done, it's finished. It's not the tone that I wanted, as I said, but I'm just gonna live with it for a couple weeks, maybe months. Either I get used to it or it starts bothering me a lot more, and then it'll be worth it to just sand it again and give it another try. This is the first piece of furniture that I'm ever like refurbishing or working on. I've never worked on anything like this before, and I think it turned out great for my first time. No, let me show you.